going to talk the ABCs of business, how to monetize and legitimize your small business. So first up is Miss Kimberly Smith Austin. Kimberly is a native of Chicago, Illinois, and she comes with high energy, and combined with her health and wellness business training, she teaches individuals how to run their lives like a boss. So Kimberly left corporate America in 1999 to follow her dreams of becoming a serial entrepreneur, and that she is. She successfully launched 8 businesses, and she's currently working on 2 new business ventures. She has worked with small business development. She has project management and sales experience, and she's the author of March Forward, an upcoming book, Millions of Possibilities. She's also a corporate coach, a certified trainer, as well as a running trainer. Not only that, she's my sorority sister and my business partners and one of my most trusted friends. Kimberly, the floor is yours. Please take it away and tell me when to hit next for your next slide deck, please.
So I am super, super excited to be here with you all today. Shamika, that introduction you gave made me stand and wonder who that person was. So I hope that I can stand up to all the things that you said this morning here in California, afternoon for those of you that are around the background. Let me ask you ladies a question. And I know right now we're on mute, but I want you to raise your hand. How many of you have ever had an idea? Absolutely. How about $1 million idea? Yes. Now, as this quote says by Earl Nightingale, everything begins with an idea. My question to you is, have you taken that idea and launched into something that your heart desired, something that you knew that could take you to the next place in your life? Raise your hand if you have. All right, I see some hands. Now, what I know is that so many of us have ideas, but yet many of us pause and we don't move on them. And so my desire today is to share with you how you can take your idea from inspiration to monetization. Myself and actually one of the individuals on the phone today, Misty, we are co-authoring this new book called Millions of Possibilities. And with this, there is a 5-step process that we want to take you through to get you there. But before we get through the process, I want to challenge you to take a moment. And I'm literally going to ask you to take a moment to really think about your ideas. Usually ideas sit in a bucket of categories. And I'm going to give you these and I'm going to ask you to write them down. And I call them the P's, which are possibilities. The first P is your passion. What is your passion? Are you building a business? Let me put you on pause for a second, ladies.
She's probably telling her child something. Those of you who are moms, you know how that is. I had to bribe mine to stay upstairs. So sorry, Camille, I am going to have to go out and find some ice cream.
I apologize, ladies. I'm so sorry. My mother and my son are fighting right now over food. So forgive me, I had to quiet it down a little bit. So let me go back and refresh it a little bit. Those possibilities, those P's of possibility. The first one is passion. What is your passion? What is something that you love to do? I want you to think about that passion and see if there's an opportunity for you to take that passion and to monetize that. The second one is, what is your problem? Is there a problem in the marketplace right now today that you have a solution to? Maybe it's a product. Maybe it's a service. Maybe it's something that can transform the way we live today. As you all know, we're in a very challenging and different times in our life dealing with COVID-19. What I've seen, a lot of people actually take their skill in sewing and turn it into a business, right? So not only did they take their passion of sewing and they dealt with and handled a problem that we're facing in the world, we all are being required to mask up. And guess what? These smart, savvy entrepreneurs jumped on the opportunity. Some people did it for $5. Some people started for $7 and some said $10. You have to decide that price point. And in my process, I will talk about that, but not today. The next part is number 3. How do you take your current profession and look at opportunities or gaps that exist there and turn it into a business for yourself? See, I'm a coach. I have a background, I'm an MBA, I've taught at the university, and I use my knowledge as my business. I am a knowledge broker, baby. And what I like to do is I use this knowledge that I have and turn it into a business to educate, to inspire, and help people go to the next level in their lives. One of the things I have is a Mindset Institute or Mindset Academy, where we're changing our mind, our body, and our heart. Because what happens is when we can combine those three things, we can do anything. The fourth one is, what are you proficient at? Is there something, some skill set that you have that may be unique in the marketplace, or maybe it's not? I believe that there's nothing new under the sun. Everything exists already, but maybe we add a tweak to it. Maybe there's a twist to it that allow us to bring it to the marketplace in a different kind of way. And so, ladies, when you think about that, I want you to think about those opportunities. I have a fifth one. I didn't put it on here, but the fifth one is play. What do you like to do? For me, I love to run. I just came from a 10-mile run. I love to bike. I'm going to bike this afternoon. Utilizing those skills, I've taken my love for run and turned it into a running business. You see, that's a passion. That's a play. I've dealt with problems, people who are overweight, people who want to get in shape, people who want to run faster. And I've taken my skill, meaning training in running, my certifications, and turned it into a business. Ladies, I know all of you have some passion, have a problem that you like to address, have some skill sets from your profession, and are proficient, and how we can take those things and turn it into a masterpiece and turn it into your next enterprise. Now, I want to tell you, there's a 5-step process that I use to help you get through those things. Now, I like to look at it in simply as you see it here. Step number 1 is dump it. In this 5-step process, we start with dump it because this is when we do a mind, where we're dumping everything from our mind. Like, for instance, this morning on my run, my brain is going 110 miles per hour. My feet are not going that fast, but my brain is. And what I like to do is take the things out of my brain and utilize them and dump them. What I've become accustomed to now is I take my cell phone and I stop and I record, so that I can capture those things that are coming out of me on my run. Maybe I have a 2-hour jaunt in my day where I sit just for brainstorming. That's what step number 1 is about. Step number 2 is now you're going to map it out. How many of you have ever heard of a mind map? Raise your hand. Mind map? Mind maps are beautiful tools because now you take that one idea and you branch it out and you really explore what are the options and the opportunities of it. You know, for example, if you're building a knitting business, you might ask yourself in your mind map, who is my target market? Where do I find my target market? What is my price point? Where do I sell and produce my product at? So that mind map's going to help you explore and really tear that idea apart so that you can bring it to life. Step number 3 says task that. Now that you've dumped it out of your mind, you've mapped it, now it's time to task it out. And what I like to do is I think of a timeline. Now, one of the things in our book, we have a 30-day process, we have a 90-day process, a 1-year process, and a 2 to 5 years. So if you have an idea, there's nothing that's going to stop you from bringing it to life. Now, some things we can do in 30 days. So the key, though, is to take it and task it out. Now, if it's launching a new web page, guess what? That's probably something we can do in 30 days. We identify all the tasks that are required to get it done. Maybe you need a web designer. You need to build the content. You need to find out where you're going to house it. You need a domain name. There's a lot of steps that you have to task out to determine how you're going to take that idea from inspiration to monetization. See, it's a simple process. And I say simple, but it takes time. It's step by step by step. And I'll tell you, I've used my experience for over 20 years as a business coach, as an entrepreneur coach, helping people take their ideas from inspiration to monetization. Now, step number 4 says it's time to do it. Now you've identified the task. We now have to get into the motion of doing it, building on it. Okay, we know we need to do a website. Let's get the website done. The question is, will you be doing the website or are you outsourcing it to someone else? Ladies, let me give you a tip for free. If you are not a web designer, that is not your skill, don't waste your time doing it for yourself. Now, I know that in this marketplace, times are challenging and we may not have the financial resources to pay, but let me tell you, don't spend the time, that quality time, working on that because you could be doing something more valuable. Maybe you barter services. Maybe you make a contract with someone that says, you know what, I can't pay you now, but I will pay you later. Help me build my website. Help me build my brand. Help me with my social media. We don't have to do it all. And I'll tell you, that's a mistake I learned a long time ago, trying to do it all. When you learn how to outsource, and better yet, partner with people to help you get to that next level, you're going to go a lot faster. Misty is one of my partners in crime. We do a lot of things together, and we're elevating and we're moving at a faster pace because we are locking brains. Shamika and I, we get together from time to time and we brainstorm and we come up with things. That's going to help you. Now, once you put that thing in motion, i.e. step number 4, do it, it's time to go to step number 5, which is to review it. What have you done? Is it quality? Did it produce the results that you wanted to? Can it produce the income, the revenue that your heart desires? See, it's one thing to put a process in place, but if you never go back and review it, you're not going to see the success. There's an expression that says the fortune is in the follow-up. This is your follow-up phase, step number 5, where you go back, because at this time you have an opportunity to make tweaks to enhance that experience so that now you go back into your circle of step 1 through 5, you repeat. So dump it, map it, task it, do it, review it, repeat. That's the process over and over again, whether it's a 30-day plan, a 90-day, 1 year, or a 3 to 5 year plan. Your inspiration can be monetization as long as you know the steps necessary to get there. And I'll tell you, I'm excited because our book and our program will help you do that. We have workshops, we have a mastermind that's actually taken women from that point of idea to inspiration to monetization, walking through these 5 steps to help you actually bring your goal dream to life. I've done it over and over and over again. I'm in the process of launching another book in 30 days. Now, it takes a lot of work and it can be highly stressful. But you know what? When you're committed and you've decided that this is what you're going to do, all in, all hands in the pot, let's go. Ladies, are you ready to go? Now, I want to show you. Now, when it comes to teeing off on your business launch, there's a lot of components that must be included. Now, I've given you some bases on taking your idea from inspiration to monetization, but there's a part that you can't forget. And I call it the T's of teeing off on your business launch. Number 1, who's on that team? And we know that we need quality people on the team. Like I just mentioned to you, if you are not skilled at building websites, don't waste your time building websites. Spend your time doing things that are going to increase the bottom line. And so you team up with individuals that are building your website, doing your social media, doing your graphics, building your content, doing your copyright, all those types of things that are going to help you move closer to the finish line. That next one is, what's your timeline like? And that's where in the book, we actually give you a number of assessments to determine where your timeline is. We have a decision tree that we use to decide if it's a 30-day. Do you have everything in place to achieve your goal within 30 days? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's 90. And we have to be realistic with that. Now, we realize things happen to set us off pace, but when we go in and set a timeline, we want to try to be as true to it as possible. The next thing is number 3. What are your touch points? And I like this touch point piece because it speaks to who are you talking to? When are you talking to them? What's your communication portal? You know, if you're working with your team, you have to have some regular check-in points. Right now, Missy and I, we're checking in with our admin person, our graphic person, at least twice a week. Her and I are talking multiple times during the week as well to make it happen. Because you can't say, I'll talk to you 3 weeks and the project is a 4-week project. You have to have consistent and regular communication to ensure your success. And the 4th key, when you're teeing off this business launch, is your technology. What are you using? How are you communicating? And I love this because right now, there's so many free, yes, I said free, resources out there to help you. I'll give you a few. Write them down. It's Slack. That is an amazing project management tool, communication tool for you. We know right now we're on Zoom. We're in a place of isolation. We're at home. Ladies, this is your time to log in, talk to people, connect face to face, utilizing Zoom. We have things like Canva for graphics work, creating beautiful projects. We also have things like Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google everything. They have made these things accessible to us. There's nothing that can stop us achieving our goals but us. Don't stop yourself in the midst of your success. Don't allow your lack of activity, your lack of vision, your lack of clarity, your lack of team stop you from achieving that goal. I want to tell you today that your idea is worth making it to the marketplace. I don't even know what it is, but it's worth it. So I know at the end of the call, I'm going to come back and share with you an opportunity on how you can get access to the book as well as the workshop. And even if you're interested in taking a look at our mastermind course, I want to help you on your journey from inspiration to monetization. Back to you, Shamika.